This is MV Agusta's Brutale 800, and if you were to design an aggressive looking naked bike, you'd end up with something like this. Everything about this bike is aggressive. The stance, the way it sits, I mean, even doing nothing, it looks like it's ready to go. And then you ride it, and it's so intense. The engine loves to rev, the throttle is sharp, the quick shifters make this bike so dynamic and raw. The whole bike just feels alive underneath you. This isn't one of those bikes you can just cruise around on. It wants your attention, it grabs you and pins you to the bars. It flows through the corners, and with this inline 3, blasts. This 2022 model has 115 horsepower and 83 Newton meters of torque at 7,600 RPM. It has a tremendous sound, an iconic MV look, and the mid-range pull of this bike is to die for. Ergonomically, you sit right over the tank like a super sports bike with the fairings cut off. It has a very large tank on this and very sporty riding position. It is a very uncomfortable seat. However, if you're buying this bike for the seat, you've bought the wrong bike. Only weighing 191 kilos wet weight, this thing is so agile into the corners, it just flies through B roads. Would you take it on a motorway or an A road? Probably not. It might kick you in the chest a little too much and you'd be a bit bored sitting at a certain rev range in 6th gear. However, B roads, this is an absolute bandit. This thing doesn't want to be ridden casually. This wants someone properly riding it, and that's the way it needs to be ridden. If you want something a bit smoother, head towards the Japanese market. The Italians here have got something absolutely raw and brutale by name, brutal by nature.
All right, here on an 800 Brutale. ...115 horsepower. These go like stink. Right over the tank. The most aggressive naked bike you could probably get. Oh, and it's spitting flames. It's lovely. So the suggestion would be, would you be buying this or something like an MT-09? And I think both are excellent bikes, but this just has that extra little bit of Italian sauce, doesn't it? And this one's got slightly different popcorn cooking at the back of the bike. Oh, I like this. Seating position, rock hard, but you're leaning so far over the tank, like, it doesn't really matter because your butt isn't fully pressed onto the seat anyway. But the torque on this triple is excellent. The pull, fantastic. It's so smooth, so smooth. You're not going to be able to ride this bike on hours on end without hurting your ass a little bit, but you most definitely can do a good hour of twisties. No issues at all. If we drop it back a little bit, stick it in 3rd, hold it around 30 and give it some. Oh, beautiful pull. That feels so smooth. That's really smooth. That's great. Yeah, it's got basically the same horsepower as the Turismo Veloce, it's just tuned up. So this, the Turismo Veloce and the Super Veloce all having the same engine, just worked and tuned differently for different purposes. Obviously the Turismo Veloce for more touring, it's got to be smoother, it's the mid-ranges. This is like all the torque. This is the early gears heaven, you know? I've been warned if you open it up in 2nd, the front wheel's going to just hit the moon. And as someone that doesn't like to pop the front wheel up, I will not be doing that. However, second gear, even if you're a bit smoother, still fantastic pull. Really, really good. Your feet are obviously in a sporty position. They are in the same position as you would be on a Super Sports. Imagine a Super Sports, but take the screen off. That's kind of what this bike's meant to be, isn't it? So the difference between a Super Sports and this bike, obviously, I'm going to get kicked in the chest with some wind. On these sort of roads, it's not an issue. But would you take this on the motorway? Yeah, just be aware. You're going to get hit. Oh, I like this bike. Oh, I like this bike. The more bikes I ride, the more I realise I just want all of them. There aren't really many bad bikes that get made these days. This definitely isn't one of them. This definitely isn't one of them. I've been looking for something to swap my SV for. I still want a naked bike, but I just want a little bit more, you know, zap, oomph, sauce. This might be it. It's basically between this or an 1100 Monster. At the moment, I'm not sure what's winning, because this is putting a smile on my face, ear to ear. I genuinely think I could sit on this all day with all the pain in the world and not care, because the bike is that crazy good. It feels so smooth. I'm not here going to talk up the specs of the bike and all that jazz, because it doesn't matter. It's how the bike makes you feel in my head, and this is just fantastic. This is by far the best naked bike I've currently ridden. This is a 2022 Brutale. This is not the RR as well, so it has 115 horsepower, not the 140. So I imagine the RR is even more silly than this. But because this is so light, it picks up so quick. So quick. Yeah, I like this. This is the ultimate B-road bandit, isn't it? This is the coolest thing you could have on a B-road. It's not too big, 800, more than enough power. More than enough. This is where bikes come alive. You've got the Italian flair from MV. But if you were debating whether to buy an MV Brutale or whether to buy an MT-09 or any other, you know, hyper naked, I'd say maybe the Super Duke 1290s, that's going to be like one of the things I think top end of most people's list. Don't take your eyes off the Brutale. This thing is magic. It really is. The sound. Cannot get enough of that. Ear to ear grins. That's all you want from a bike, isn't it?